Over the next few weeks, oil and natural gas companies will be reporting their earnings for the second quarter. And because these companies are very large, the numbers will seem very large also. But it's very important to put this in perspective, because while the numbers are large, if you look at the amount of earnings that, say, a consumer pays on $1 of gasoline, they're very much in line with other industries. If you look at, for example, the industries as according to the Commerce Department, you'll see that oil and natural gas made a little over 7 cents on the dollar. If you compare that to other industries that made more, some that made less, you'll see that they're very much in the middle of the pack. And so they're not out of line with earnings of other industries. It's also important to remember that these earnings are very important in terms of generating new jobs, revenue, and improving our trade deficit. The oil and natural gas industry is responsible for the employment of over 9 million folks in all sectors of society. We've already invested a vast amount. Over the last 10 years, oil and natural gas companies have invested almost $1.7 trillion in new operations. They've invested in terms of conventional energy. They've also invested in emerging energy, such as low-carbon technologies and so on. But yet here in Washington, what we have are dramatic proposals to raise taxes. It's as though we're going back to repeat the mistakes of the 1970s and 80s, where they imposed large taxes on the industry. It resulted in reduced production, increased imports, reduced employment, and then they poured the money down the drain on things that didn't work or their own Washington pet projects. So let's have rational energy policy in Washington that says, let's not repeat the mistakes of the past. Let's not take money away from capital investment that can employ people right now when we desperately need more employment. Let's not take money out of the pockets of retirees who are invested in these companies for a secure future. Let's go forward with a policy that makes sense in terms of what the future needs of the economy will be, and not rhetoric here in Washington.